is Kelli Boniecki, and I am from the Technical College of the Low Country. Thank you for joining me on this journey talking about creating a gender-balanced early care and education workplace. I wanted to thank a couple of people first about giving me this opportunity. Megan Pollock of Elevate Inclusion and the South Carolina State Technical System for providing us this opportunity to take the SCTCS Faculty Academy. I also wanted to thank those who participated indirectly in the survey that you will hear about a little bit later. The problem statement or issue that I had found in my exploration during this time was the gap of male educators in the early care and education field were of significant concern. Some of that gap, we looked specifically at demographic groups that included gender, race, socioeconomic status, disability, English, and English language learners. This graph right here shows you the gender composition, which is a gender breakdown of child care workers. This data came from the Census Bureau. We have 62.5 K male workforce, and then 763 K female workforce. So 92.4% of child care workers are female in the United States, which directly impacts or looks at that problem statement concern that I have. Some of the discovery we looked at were males are slow to work towards being a viable role in the child care services. The survey that you will see in just a little bit to male and female adults were about occupational interest in the child care arena. You will also see 65% of those male respondents would not be interested in the early childhood field, while 83% of those respondents said that the pay was not adequate. So you'll see that some of those research findings played a very big role in why they're not a part of that early childhood workforce. So selecting and looking at some of the reporting, we were sharing messages that child care, early care, and education fields are not confined to teaching in a classroom setting. This is something that I wanted to, I've often thought about. I've actually changed my program a little bit to let my current students, although I do not have any male students in my program, wanted them to see that the early childhood field can move out further than the classroom. It can be one that working in children's libraries and maritime museum, any type of museums that might have early childhood museums, children museums, things like that, or even parenting programs. A strategy used during this time was surveying males and females, so I wanted to gain that unbiased picture of what each gender sees as appropriate career options in childcare. I also conducted a SWOT analysis, and you'll be able to see that in an upcoming slide. This is one of the 3 questions that I asked for in the survey. Of course, where I received this information, the survey went out through a social media trend, and I had sent it to friends. I'd also sent it to child care professionals that I wanted them to be able to send, whether they could, take part in the survey or they shared with some of their friends or colleagues, that we can kind of get an idea of what the male and female, that unbiased result would look like. One was, the first question out of the 3 would be, would you be interested in a career in early care and education? So these were the answer options. We had yes or no. 1 male said yes, 6 female said yes, and then the remainder said no. So we had 10 that have responded for those. So that was 35% said yes with that. And this was a response count of 7 and then 13 for the males. This is another question, and I apologize that you can't see that top screen a little bit. Oh, there we go. Choose all of the reasons you would be interested in a career in early care and education. So this was a variety of different options that they could choose from. And you'll see that reasons, whether it be from income to I like teaching to I want to make a difference to my friends think it's a good career for me. So these were the male responses and then the female responses. This is provided the percentage count. And then our third question was choose all of the reasons you would not be interested in a career in early care and education. So these were the answer options that they could mark off, as many as they wanted to choose from. Majority of for the male respondents were it doesn't pay enough, they don't like the hours, they don't understand children, the job is too difficult. I know someone who does that type of work and doesn't like their job. And then some of the female respondents were, I don't like the hours, I don't understand children. I know someone who does that type of work as well. This was the SWOT analysis I was talking about. So looking at internal and external factors, those factors that were strengths or weaknesses, which would equate to would be helpful or harmful. The helpful internal factors are that within my program, the Early Care and Education program here at TCL, some of the strengths would be I have a solid Early Care and Education Advisory Committee, variety of classroom resources, and a nice marketing program that supports our program. Harmful internal factors, stereotype during recruitment events. So we really have to look a little bit deeper into that piece. External factors, opportunities, local childcare community, open houses, advocacy programs, and then some of our threats are parent fear, low wages, and social stigma. So the report itself, I was setting out to measure common reasons why males do not enter into the field of early care and education. It was a survey that I conducted, like I said before, and you saw male and females through social media, early childhood programs, and early advocacy organization members. The results were measured by analyzing female survey responses to male survey responses to determine if the program was specific to a career field or to a certain gender, which we did not see that it wasn't specific to one or the other. My reflection is I used a combination of social media metrics and marketing metrics from external and internal childcare industry. I learned that more information needs to be provided to the public about the positive impact male figures can have on our children's lives, birth to age 8. And then one thing I would change from the survey was to engage survey questions surrounding parent input. My report itself would be to share content reflective of male and female figures in all media submissions, educate current students on impact of positive role models in the classroom, educate communities on low wages in childcare, and to help the current childcare community see what a large disparity of profession has made between the male and female employees in the industry. So I wanted to thank you again for this opportunity. Again, my name is Kelli Boniecki from the Technical College of the Lowcountry in Beaufort, South Carolina. Thank you.